Hello, my name is Philip Bolton. I'm a director of Cyclo-ssage. I'm making this short promotional video to remind you of the benefits of Cyclo-ssage and the pain and ache relief that you will most definitely achieve over a 3-week period of rapid improvement. And believe me, it will change your life. Okay, we're going to go on now to introduce a lady called Gemma, who's going to help me do this video and show you the benefits once again. Helped me this morning to explain how important positioning is with the system. It's a personal therapy system. It works by creating infrared heat that penetrates the body to a depth of 3 to 4 inches, and we have 9 motors that create an oscillation, which is it's a medical vibration, but it's non-destructive. Each motor has a counterbalance on the end that creates a motion up and down, side to side, and around. So we can put people on the system with the most delicate of conditions, you know, spinal stenosis, etc., etc. Right, Gemma, if you can give me a hand, I'd just like to show position first of all. You put your bottom about there, head and shoulders up there, and feet down this end. That's great. Okay. Now you're just about the perfect position there. Don't slide down. Most people tend to slide down. We have a slight gap underneath here, so we push the heart balance cushion in just to give you support. Can you feel support there now?
Yes.
And that's comfortable?
Very.
Most important that we get the recipient in the correct position, because otherwise they're not going to feel the full benefit of the system. We start by setting a timer. There's a 15-minute, 30-minute, 45 and 60-minute timed period. We recommend for the majority of conditions that people use the system for that it's a 15-minute, so little and often rather than one long session. Okay, we'll set the timer for 15 minutes. We put infrared heat on either side of the neck in the shoulder area, either side of the spine in the lower lumbar area, and underneath the calves. Infrared heat will penetrate muscle and tissue to a depth of 3 to 4 inches, getting deep into the body, relaxing muscle, which will ease ache and pain. We use it in conjunction with a very special movement called cycloidal polymodulation. This is the action that the motors create, and it will stimulate the body into working so much better. Now we're going to put it onto manual program 1. There's 5 manual programs. Manual program 1, you will feel, Gemma, starting in the head area. It will then move to the upper back, onto the lower back now, bottom thigh area, down as far as your calves, and it will work its way up. So 5 distinct areas: head, upper back, lower back, bottom thigh, and calves, where there are motors strategically placed. Incidentally, there are also 2 motors directly underneath the hand, which if you have any kind of carpal tunnel problems, wrist problems, arthritis in the fingers, absolutely fantastic. Right, we move on to manual program 2, where all the motors are now working simultaneously. You have 9 motors, as I said before. They are working on the entire body now. Number 3, which we've gone on to now, is for lymphatic drainage. It starts in area 5, then 5 and 4 come on together. 5 switches off, 4 and 3 together, up to 3 and 2. 2 and 1 gently on the head before returning back down to area 5. So what we're achieving here is an encouragement of lymphatic drainage, which is fantastic for anybody suffering fluid retention, better known as edema. Okay, number 4 is a pulsating therapy. Now, this is encouraging venous circulation. 80% of all ailments affect the body's ability to circulate blood efficiently. What we're doing here is stimulating healthy oxygenated blood to be circulated to extremities, fingertips, toes, and to all the major organs within the body. Number 5, the last of the manual settings, is a ramped setting. It starts at the lowest intensity, builds up and peaks at the highest intensity, back down to the lowest intensity again before momentarily switching off and starting the process all over again. Now that is fantastic for sleep deprivation because it's very relaxing. It's fantastic for de-stressing. It's a very, very important program and is used in a lot of the medical programs or the therapy programs. There are 9 of those, and they deal with various conditions from Number 1 being general back problems, number 2 being lower back, sciatic problems. Number 3 is for neck and shoulder tension. A lot of office workers will sit at a desk and be at a computer all day long. Well, they suffer tension around the neck and shoulders, which very often goes up the head to create a headache, migraine, etc. Number 4 is a very, very interesting program because we help an awful lot of people with arthritis, with specific problems like multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's. It's probably one of the best used programs of all of the medical programs. Incidentally, the medical programs are used in the latter part of the day, whereas the program that Gemma is on now, which is manual program 2, we call it a kickstart program, and you'd use that first thing in the morning. Okay, we'll go back to program 2 now, and that's where we're going to leave it for a 15-minute period. With a first treatment, this will give the maximum benefit. And we find generally, if you have, we ask everybody that goes on the system, do they have pain at this moment in time? And the pain score we use is 0 being no pain, 10 being the maximum you can imagine. So let's just imagine that Gemma has a pain score of 6. She has a lower back problem. She would now take this therapy for 15 minutes. When it turns off, we go on to 5 minutes of reflexology. And then because it's a lower back problem, anybody with lower back, hip or knee problems, I like a last 2 minutes with all of the therapy motors turned on, but specifically underneath the calves, the bottom thigh area and the lower back turned up to the maximum of 6 in intensity. Okay, Gemma, just relax, enjoy that, and after the 15 minutes we'll go on to reflexology. Okay. Right, that's turned itself off now, Gemma. Did you feel that feeling when the system turns off, because it's moving muscle and tissue? It's a real sort of physical feeling. Can you describe it in any way? What would you say it feels like?
Feels very physical, like a really sort of intense tingling sensation all over.
Okay.
It's a fabulous feeling.
The common word that most people come out with is wow. It's a wow feeling. It really is. Okay, Gemma. What we're going to do now is we're going to go on to reflexology. Now, what we do, we bring the knees up, so the feet are coming to this area here. And for comfort, I mean, you can take the therapy like that, but for comfort, we would normally pull heart balance cushion out like that, which angles your ankle and is a much more comfortable position. Does that feel comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, we go back to manual program 2. Infrared heat back on again. Manual program 2 is where all of the lights, there's 5 green lights, and against the green lights, which depicts a certain area of the body, we have a minus and a plus button. I'm going to press the minus buttons now, Gemma, and take first of all the therapy away from the head. Okay, that's the head off. Upper back, off. Lower back, off. Bottom thigh area, off. And finally we come down to the area underneath your feet. Now, we're leaving that on. It's on an intensity preset at 3. We're going to turn that up to the maximum of 6, so you will feel it's increasing underneath here now. 4, 5, 6. Can you see how that's turned up? Now we have over 50 points on the soles of our feet that directly affect different areas of our body, different organs within our body. This is a form of reflexology. If you've ever had hands-on reflexology, a therapist will work on one specific point on the sole of your foot to gain you one specific benefit. If you had an underactive thyroid, for instance, historically your GP would have put you onto a drug called thyroxine. That would boost the thyroid output, but it means you're on a drug for the rest of your life. Nowadays, more modern thinking is you would get sent initially to a reflexologist who has the ability in many cases to boost that thyroid output. It might mean you returning once a month, it might mean going once a week for treatment, but that's far more preferable than going on a drug for the rest of your life. So once again, this is non-specific. It is making it's making the entire body work in a more effective manner. You will feel physically better after a treatment like this. very invigorating, and you'll find that energy levels increase dramatically as well. With all these benefits you're getting, because of the movement of the cycloidal motors, you'll find that it stimulates the brain into producing and releasing more of the body's natural chemical endorphins as well. And that's the body's natural painkiller feel-good factor. So there's an awful lot of benefit to have. Okay, we've got about another 3 minutes to go with this, Gemma, and then I'll drop the legs back down to the original position and we'll finish off with the final treatment. Okay, I'll leave you to it for a couple more minutes. Right, I'm turning that off now. Can you feel the feeling that comes up and literally washes up your body like a wave?
Yeah, wow.
It is a wow feeling, as I said before. It's a lovely feeling of relaxation, just total chill. Let's put your legs back down again. We push that in, legs back down to the original position. Now what we're going to do is put the infrared heat back on again. We're going to put the therapy on, the full body therapy, so number 2. But this time, rather than taking anything away, we're going to turn it up in this area, and your lower back. So we do that by pressing the plus button against each and every area I'm talking about. So first of all, underneath the calves, it's on an intensity of 3. I'm going to turn it up to 6. So 4, 5, 6. Do you feel that increase?
Yeah.
The same with the thigh area. 4, 5, 6. And finally the lower back area. We're going to turn that up to 6 as well. 4, 5, 6. Now the idea of doing this is, when we've been in a position like that for a period of 5 minutes or more, you're likely to get muscle spasm around the knee area, the hip area and the lower back. What we want to do is to achieve a real benefit after this treatment, not any kind of detriment. So anybody with arthritis of the knees, the hips, maybe with a lower back problem, if you have spasm that's been created by that knee being in the air, you need to relax that. Once we've relaxed that, which we're doing for 2 minutes, you get it's an amazing feeling. You'll almost feel like you're floating off the system. You'll still feel, once I turn it off, circulation pumping through your body. It's a very, very physical feeling. Okay, I think the 2 minutes is up now. We're going to turn this off now, Gemma, and you'll just feel like you're levitating. It's a lovely feeling. Right, here we go. That's off now.
Yeah.
Lovely feeling of well-being, no ache or joint discomfort anywhere. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, we now lie there for a good half a minute because this has picked up venous circulation, it's picked up lymphatic circulation, it's increased heart rate and metabolism. All of these things have to settle down. It's a little bit like if you've ever been on a running machine down the gym, down the health centre. You do that for 10 minutes, you get off and it's a really sort of lightheaded feeling, and you get exactly the same from this. In fact, for every hour you spend on the system, let's say 3 20-minute sessions, it's equivalent to walking a mile in passive exercise. For those poor unfortunates that are particularly affected by mobility problems and they can't exercise, the less they do, the more the muscles waste, the less they're able to do. So to just get passive exercise on here twice a day, every day, is phenomenal. It will maintain muscle mass, slow down muscle deterioration. It really is superb. Okay, Gemma, we've had our half a minute. Sit up if you would. I'll just give you a hand to come up. Swing your legs over the side there. Now just sit there for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I want you to put your shoes back on, and then we'll have a little walk up there and back again. And just you honestly tell me how you feel now as against before. I know that there wasn't any real pain with you, but you will feel looser, lighter. It's quite an amazing feeling.
It's wonderful.
All right, Gemma, if you'll now just have a walk down there, 10, 20 yards, just moving around, see how loose you feel.
Wow, I feel amazing, absolutely fabulous. I
Brilliant,
feel
brilliant.
lighter, looser, like I'm standing taller and no pain either.
Okay, well, thanks very much for your help, Gemma. That's excellent. Thanks very much for watching this short DVD. I hope this reminds you of a few of the salient points that you will have been told about when you tried the system. It is an incredible piece of kit. It will definitely improve the quality of your lives, giving you pain relief, ache relief, increased joint mobility, and a quality to your life that you wouldn't otherwise have. Thank you very much indeed.